Well, hey, good morning everybody. Once again, welcome to my channel. These videos are like buses, aren't they? You don't get one for about 3 months and then 3 come along all at the same time. I'm just basically doing a follow-up to the one that I did the other day regarding the build of my friend in the Philippines here. He's having Starlink installed, and I was doing the terminating the cat cables, cat 6 category 6 cables, and somebody said to me I couldn't actually see what you're doing, so I'm going to do a little follow-up on that, see if I can make it a little bit clearer for you. What is Starlink? Basically, Starlink's a constellation of thousands of satellites that orbit the planet. A lower orbit, I think it's about 550 something kilometers above Earth, and it can deliver broadband, gaming, video, chats and whatever at a higher speed, and lots more, I guess. It initially came out with generation 1. Apparently the reports are saying that the generation 1 router was a good one because it had a spare Ethernet port on the back of the router. It's marked AUX, auxiliary, so you can like hard connect your TV, things like your TV, smart devices, etc. The generation 2 doesn't have a built-in Ethernet port, but you can buy an adapter. Obviously you can buy one from Starlink from the shop. If you need more than one port, you can connect a network switch to the Ethernet adapter, and I think you saw in the last video that Steve's got a giga switch connected to his, and he's running it all to different rooms in his house. I'm not sure about generation 3, whether it's got a spare port on it. I don't know. In fact, I'm not even sure that you can buy it. It's been released. I know you can buy it in the US residentially. I think in December last year you can buy it through Invite, I think. I might be wrong. I suggest that you go on the Starlink website and check it out for yourself, whether you can get it over here in the Philippines or not. But they're advertising them for sale here. But I know the generation 2 has been dropped down in price. It's around, like Steve said, I think it's around about 15,000 pesos. It's on a special offer at the moment, so if you wanted to get yourself one, you can get them on, I'm not sure what, Shopee or Lazada, I don't know, or direct from Starlink. I haven't got a clue. I've just got my my local internet service here, so I wouldn't know. So I suggest you jump on the website and have a look for yourself. Anyway, that's enough of Starlink. So I was told on the last video that they couldn't actually see what I was doing with the RJ45 connections and the Keystone jack connections. So I'm going to try and do it a little bit better for you now. Okay. Right, so before you actually start doing any crimping or terminating, you're going to need to get yourself one of these kits. They're available on online shops. You're going to need obviously the tester, some cutters, some snips. That doesn't come with the kit, you have to buy them separately. A punch down tool, a couple of screwdrivers, and your crimping tool there. As I say, you can buy these from any online shop. It's always handy to have one if you're going to be doing this on a regular basis, but luckily enough I've got one from my previous work. Okay, Okay, so now you've got your Starlink set up, you dish up on the roof or on the wall, wherever you want to put it, and your Giga switch. You've then got to run your cable, so you run all your cables. Now, generally people have been using Cat 5. This is actually Cat 5e, same colour sequence in the RJ45s. I'm using this as a patch cord. This is capable of up to 100 megahertz over 100 meters, which is 1 gigabit of Ethernet. So people tend to use, or upgrade, or tending to use more generally now, Cat 6. And Cat 6 is capable of up to 250 megahertz, performs at 250 megahertz, that's 10 gigabits of Ethernet. So once you've run your cables, you've then got to terminate the ends. Now on the video, in the house build, it was a little bit awkward to show you. So I'm going to try and show you crimping the RJ45, which is this end, the Keystone jack, which is the female end. So this one goes into the box, the patches on the wall, and this one goes into your Giga switch. This particular Keystone jack is called a toolless Keystone jack. Pain in the arse, absolute. They're fiddly at the best of times. The colour scheme, we're using T568B, so the colour coding, and it's actually showing the colour coding A and B there. So you just follow that colour code. If you're using B, use the B, which is orange, orange and white, brown, brown and white, brown, blue, blue and white, green, green and white. So it's slightly different run to this, but because it's numbered 1 to 8, so the 1 to 8 here starts with orange and white, it will correspond with this. But these are very fiddly. I mean, for most of them I use the punch down, because you can put them in individually. But that's what it should look like when it's actually finished in there. Look. So there's your colour scheme. It actually gives you that on the bottom there as well, look. Just there. So you can't really go wrong, you've just got to put them in. Going wrong, it's just getting them in there. And I'm now going to show you how awkward it is. Okay. So, first we are going to put on the toolless Keystone jack. So we need to cut through this protective coat. Now this little tool, you can actually adjust the pressure. You don't want too much pressure on this, you want to twist it maybe once, 1.5 times. Because the danger, and you just snap that, look, you see that just comes apart. The danger is if you cut too deep, you will go through, you don't want to be cutting through these cables here. So just double check that you haven't cut through them, and just pull them out of the way, separate them from this protective sheath that goes through the middle. Now this one here is called it what you like, drawstring, ripcord. It's been known, serving no purpose, that just cut it off. Make sure when you cut this off that you stay away from these connections there, these cables. Now just pull that down there. Now you see this sheath in the middle here, try not to cut it straight there, which I did in the other one, because that gets in your way. So it will go down at an angle. You've got 4 webs on there. Just cut through the webs down at an angle, making sure that you don't cut through, again, the wire. Just cut down slightly at an angle. And then you can do that, just twist that, and that comes off. Like that. just double check you haven't got cut through any of these, and then just untwist these. Now in the video, see this little bit here that I cut off, keep hold of that and just untwist these. It makes, so when you cut that at an angle, it makes it easier to arrange these in this sequence, especially going into this Keystone jack. So generally, I mean, you can use this if it makes it easier. It doesn't really matter much. I mean, it just sort of like stops you burning your fingers, if you know what I mean. So just use that device there. Carry on untwisting your cables. You just got to take your time doing this because it is very, very fiddly. Very fiddly. And trying to get the cables into that Keystone jack is a nightmare. As I say, I used the punch down ones, but we ran out of them, so I had to use a couple of these. Okay, so they're all nice and straight. Move that out of the way. So as I said before, if you look on the bottom of that, might be a bit blurred. Cat 6 T568A-B. So we're going to use B, which is the one on the top. The colour scheme on the top also reflects it on the top of the jack. So you lift this lid up. Now you've got to get these 8 into those tiny little slots there. Okay, so we have the colour scheme which matches the B on there. Now the difficult part is getting that in there. So you just got to gently work your way in like this, making sure that the strands go in the same holes, for want of a better word. Just push it in a little gently like that. Okay, see that? So we've still got the colour scheme. Right, make sure you still got the exact colour scheme of what it's supposed to be. Then you push down on this. Until you hear it click. Now that should show you orange and white, orange. Just read off the top of that. Blue and white, blue. Brown. Brown and white. Green and white. Green. Exactly the same as that there. Okay. So that's the Keystone jack. Push down. No tool required. Pain in the backside. That's finished. So that's ready. And you just plug whatever you want to plug into that. That's obviously coming out the wall. Right. So now what we've got to do, I'll show you on this end, is terminate the RJ45. Now I'm not going to bother going through the cutting and the snipping and the rest of it. I've run them in their colour order. The RJ45 has got the connection nib there. Turn it over and run it from orange this side on the flat end. Off of that end, I find it difficult to see what I'm doing because the phone's in my way. Wish I had a decent vlogging camera. Somebody wants to send me one. Job. And then this is a pass-through RJ45, so they should just pass through. Make sure you got about 7 or 8 mil of this blue cable in there, because you're going to be crimping that. And just check your colour code, make sure it's right. Orange and white orange, green and white blue, blue and white green, brown and white brown. Okay, it should read in reverse this way round. So just make sure you got that nice and neat there, and then get your crimping tool out. So your crimping tool, 2 points of entry. This is the back end, and this is the entry end. That's for an RJ11, not using that. This is for an RJ45. You see the way it goes there. Slide that into the end, and make sure that you've got a nice firm connection at the other side. So on the other side of this, you can see the teeth. See all those teeth? There's 8 teeth there. That's going to crimp these teeth and crimp that cable at the same time. And then just squeeze it together and crimp them. Give it a couple. Okay. Once that's done, pull that out, the other side. Let's just double check that again. It's easy to do this. Orange and white, orange, green and white, blue, blue and white, green, brown and white, brown. Some of the crimpers you can buy have got those, they actually cut this at the same time, but I haven't got that luxury, so I'm just going to snip them off like that, and that's on. Okay, so what we do now is test it. So I've got my patch cable in the main box. I've got the RJ45 end of the cable I've just crimped in that box. Now I'm just going to join these two up, the RJ45 and the jack, and we should have, hopefully, there you go. So both crimped, both ends crimped on. Well, that's as simple as that. When I say simple as that, it's a little bit, as I say, it's a little bit awkward, but these are your two ends. Keystone jack this end, RJ45 the other end. Right, so I hope you saw that a bit better. Keystone jack one end, RJ45 the other. Told you the colour scheme 100 times, so don't forget it or Google it. There you go. Job done. And that's what you do throughout the house. But just take your time, because this is fiddly. Like I said, I do the punch down ones are better. But that's it. I hope that was a little bit better than the one I did before. I'm sitting in the comfort of my own house. It's still pissing down with rain, so I've got nothing else to do. So we'll call it a day on that one. Until the next time, drink plenty of water, keep smiling, be lucky. Until the next one, I'll catch you later.